Hi, William Hououin here for a new Villagers and Heroes poll discussion. So the last one was about what makes a boss battle fun for you, and there was a lot of discussion about that. I've selected a few replies to talk about. So here's from V. What makes a boss battle fun for you? What are your favorite bosses in the game? What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? Which bosses challenges you as a tank, as a healer, as a DPS? And do you have any ideas for a boss that you'd like to see? So, let's look at what the community thinks about that. So first, we have Megan. What are your favorite bosses in the game? Pyramid ladder bosses, Veil Enhance ladder bosses, and Lilith. Oh, Lilith, I love you. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Zell and company. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Moving runes, bubbles. Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? Lightning. Shield and defenses affixes in general. Which bosses challenge you as a tank and how? Tefnut, 2 offensive affix, Baldock, next in line, Sugarize Glazefin, not sure how Toads shifts aggro. Which bosses challenge you as a healer and how? Hawks, Blood Curse, Pre-patch Sugarize Sour Patch Eater, Insane Player-Centered Shadow Blast. Which bosses challenge you as a DPS and how? Pre-patch Sugarize Sour Patch Eater and Sugarize Rocky Road. Prolonged fight gets tougher and tougher, indeed, before the patch that was kind of bad. Next, we have Cosmic Kitty. I haven't played enough to get to every boss, but I can absolutely say Dijara's Lair is the worst level to get to a boss I've seen thus far. I almost rage quit the 10th straight time I fell and got ported all the way back to Lament. Mobile controls are too laggy for timed jumps. Boss himself was fine, but still count as awful. Yeah, getting to Dijara's is kinda hard, and hey, imagine if we didn't have a double tap jump on mobile. Imagine that. And now, Matt Fish, very well. In my opinion, what would make most boss fights fun for most is to have them give more rewards. If there aren't rewards, people don't care. Just look at Sugar Sweet for evidence of this, and a lot of past forum complaints concerning lack thereof in raids. Yeah, rewards. People like that. Give me free stuff. Give me now. Now we have Nea, which by the way means gift of God. Yes, I have a sweet spot for Nea because she's very helpful to the whole Villagers and Heroes community with guides and Twitch stream resume and stuff. So thanks, Nea. Okay, what are your favorite bosses in the game? Grinchta, Empowered, Prisma, and I still miss fighting Grandpa Oki. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Fenella and Zikiti. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Any mechanics that rely on player physical skill. Physical skill? Not sure I get... Anyway, which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? Mechanics that stop the fight for no reason, especially when there is no way to counter them. Agree. Also, mechanics that punishes low DPS groups, while high DPS often doesn't even know it exists, like Sugarized Rocky Road. The lower your DPS, the more he will slow you. High DPS can kill him in 5 minutes and feel nothing, while low DPS are turned into slugs and can spend 40 minutes on that boss. Yay. Which bosses challenge you as a tank and how? Any boss that requires my focus. Empowered Prisma need to keep her out of her runes, else my fellow melee DPS will die. Geb same, need to move him out of his fire, have to guess the pattern. Jacinda, but that's only because I tend to check all clones at the same time. Well, I agree with most of what I understand at least. And now Matt Fish coming back with his real answer, which is quite long and had to take 3 screenshots to get it all. More serious answers from me after this point. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Donalda, hands down, not even close. After her are all the bosses that you just hit till dead and occasionally they just kill you for reasons. After those are all the other bosses that you just hit till dead. What are your favorite bosses in the game? Empowered Prisma, Benedicta. I thought about this for about 10 minutes and couldn't come up with more that matched these two. Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? Mostly I dislike a lack of mechanics. As for actual mechanics I don't enjoy, here are a couple. Meaningless ones. If you can tell they are there without a tooltip, missile dampener, lifesteal outside the blood blight, mob resistances, they don't have meaning. Donalda's charge attack because it will never hit anyone unless they are AFK or not paying any attention whatsoever. And even if it does hit, it is just a normal hit. Which bosses challenges you as a tank and how? Any for which I do not have a healer. Outside of that, I don't properly tank, so that is it from me. Which bosses challenge you as a healer and how? Not a healer. Which bosses challenge you as a DPS and how? Steel plus missile dampener on a boss that is naturally highly resistant to physical attacks. The challenge is for me not to throw my computer across the room, lol. Do you have any ideas for a boss that you'd like to see? Yeah, I have a ton of them. Check out the forums sometimes, V. Oh, I can guarantee you that V is looking at the forums. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Assuming they are used properly, any mechanic that causes a battle to feel unique and have some personality will be quite enjoyable to me. A more humorous example of this was when Prisma had the Rain of Destruction affix and used Toxilation on everyone fighting her. The result was that any group of around 10 or so players would experience an infinite cycle of attack that would freeze the game until enough of them died and to stop the attacks. Now, this could have been resolved by having everyone spread out, then Prisma would be a simple fight. But understandably, the lag followed by instant death was too much to keep in. So that's it for Madfish. Lots of stuff. Great stuff. Okay, Xantia coming in with what makes a boss battle fun for you? Surviving, feeling like I'm helping my group and avoiding obstacles, attacks, both physical and magical. What are your favorite bosses in the game? Those that require us to kill adds and or avoid attack. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Those where we just stand and attack. I totally agree with those last two things Xantia said. I do really enjoy bosses where there's adds, mechanics and AoEs, and when it's just like HP sponges, it's not that fun. Okay, continuing. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Those where we have a few seconds of warning to avoid physical magical attacks. Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? I hate being killed without warning. It's frustrating when there's nothing I can do to avoid death. Which bosses challenge you as a tank and how? I'm a fire wizard and seldom tank, but sometimes I pull a grow. Then I need plenty of heals to survive. I've learned it's better to lower my DPS and avoid pulling a grow. Indeed. Okay, so they're not a healer. Which bosses challenge you as a DPS and how? When I accidentally pull a grow and or when there's no warning before a strong attack, like meteors in Veld. Do you have any ideas for a boss that you'd like to see? I'd love to see pirates raiding Ardent City and attacks would be announced in World Chat, like even zone bosses. Then everyone would run to join a scaled battle to protect Ardent. There might be a harbor zone with several ships for pirates and at least one for heroes. Pirates will shoot magic cannonballs that have different effects to avoid. Heroes must shoot back by clicking our cannons. Pirate will also board our ship and need to be battled. Rewards would be similar to those given for 95 Elders, but scaled to each player's combat level, and the chance for rare plus gear would replace blighted items. There might even be the chance for a rare mount, pet, weapon skin, and outfit, which might be earned as a rare drops or but with parent doubloons, which may be earned in each battle. That's a great mechanics idea. I would love to see that. Great stuff. And now we have Fergus saying, warning, grumpy old curmudgeon post follows. What makes a boss battle fun for you? I'm guessing you are talking about even zone bosses mostly, and perhaps the bounty bosses that drop the Elder Fragments? What are your favorite bosses in the game? What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Never done any, but the level 10 and 20 Elder bosses. Oh, and a couple of shadow-fated Traven ones. Can't say that they left any kind of impression on me. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy or not enjoy? Not really sure what mechanics are involved. For me, it's just run through attacks, then chug potions while attacks cycle. Wash, rinse, repeat for 5-10 minutes until it's dead. I hate force grouping. Does that count as a mechanic? It does count in my opinion. As for the boss battles, Fergus, don't give up hope yet. The more you will progress, the more mechanics will be involved. So don't give up. Now we have PD, aka Priest-Demic. What are your favorite bosses in the game? Too many to list. I do like the new Bog Frog in Sugar Sweet, and I liked Rift when it was difficult. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Bosses? Probably Ox. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? I like most of them. Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? The ones where my heals don't work. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. And sometimes on mobile, I know for me as a healer, it's hard to really understand why, because we don't have much of a tooltip, so yeah. Anyway, which bosses challenge you as a tank? She's not a tank. Which bosses challenge you as a healer and how? Hux. Total party kills are my fault. She don't play DPS. Do you have any ideas for a boss that you'd like to see? I'm always excited to see new stuff, but I love seeing group content. So the exact opposite of Fergus. Now Ekimi. As arranged, I like bosses you can actively play on, like Sugar Eyes Glazefin. You can run around, kill green bugs, aim back at Glaze, run to pad, etc. But if you are tired and squeeze in one last run before bed, you can also just stand on the pad and empty your quiver into it. It's perfect for however active you feel. Options are great. Okay, next is Cinder. Okay, my favorite boss in the game is still Hell's Shadow. Once a long time ago, she would lurk behind a hill and was the very first thing in game that would attack you. Yup, you're just walking down the path and all of a sudden you're dead. Generally, it would be your first death too. Yup, that big spider took you out, and when you tried to kill it, you would die. But when you got a little bit bigger, you might be able to take her down, and the little new players would look at you in awe and say, "Thanks, I don't know where she came from." Still feels a special good feeling killing her, even if I am level 95 now. Spiders die, yes, all of them. Okay, now we have Ishin with what makes a boss battle fun for you? What are your favorite bosses in the game? Pyrus, level 75 Elder, Empowered Vesisia in Empowered Ladder in Vale Even Zone, Clyde in Sugar Sweet Even Zone. What are your least favorite bosses in the game? Bunny, Sugar Sweet Even Zone, Empowered and Nausea, the Fire Floor 1, Nicodemus, or Laz Velt Raid. Which boss mechanics do you enjoy? Something that keeps the group on its toes. A little bit of moving around, something like Pyrus skill or Empowered never said this out loud. Vesia skill. Sorry. Which boss mechanics do you not enjoy? Anything that disrupts the flow of tanking completely. Example would be the fire floor. You are running aimlessly trying to find a safe spot, but in the way, the high DPS dude took the threat and now people are dying. Nicodemus is purely annoying. It's nice to have to run up and down the chains to kill the power sources, but he has no fixed times. It is random. Could be one time in the entire fight, or could be 4 times. No pattern, all random, that's just annoying. Then comes Bunny, and that one level 65 elders who teleports. It's not fun, it's just annoying for a melee to run after a teleporting enemy. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, back of the room, run there! Which bosses challenge you as a tank and how? Anything that makes me move around and still have to generate enough threat near the boss to out-threat anyone else, mainly DPS, to save them. Which bosses challenges you as a healer? I am unqualified to answer this. Which bosses challenge you as DPS and how? I am unqualified to answer. I mean, at least, you know, it's better to say that than to say crap. Do you have any ideas for a boss that you'd like to see? A combination of Pyrus skill and Empowered Vestia bubbles, and or this is something I wanted for a long time. You remember the floor runes of Okiris? Yes, I do. The thing that caused a lot of lag, so were removed. I want that in a raid boss or a raid mini-boss like Nicodemus and other small bosses and raids. It was fun, and even 15-person raids, the lag won't be that bad. Oh, forgot to add that killing summons is fun too. Keeps us moving as a team. Thanks, Ishin. Okay, now I will go with mine. I won't answer all of the questions, but my favorite boss mechanics was all the bosses in Tower of the Storm. I have this very old screenshots, and you know, I love that circular arena, and you would go there. All the bosses adds mechanics, or you need to go into the bubble to not be obliterated by one of the skill that the bosses had, and Belxer and Valax, all of that. Those are my favorite type of bosses. So yeah, one that involved ads and positioning mechanics, but you know, it's not obscure. It's easy to understand. You see the bubble. You know, there's hint that you need to go into the bubble, and if you die, you know that this is why you didn't get into the protected zone. So yeah, lots of great memories, and great people that I used to run that zone with. So yeah, that was mine. And the last one, Jibikik, saying, the fake Malok in the beginning zone has more mechanics than 99.9% of the bosses in game. That's actually very funny and kind of true. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that discussion about what makes a boss battle fun for you. As always, thanks for watching and bye bye.